Files here, bringing you another random rambling video. I started this on Saturday, April 12th, 2025 at 10 o'clock exactly in the AM. Alright, my camera is lagging for me. I hope it's not lagging for you, or I hope it hasn't frozen up completely. That has happened in the past. I hope it's not lagging for you. It's still lagging for me as I look at the screen, my computer screen. But as I said, it's Saturday, April 12th in 2025, and I started this at exactly 10 a.m. I want to talk about a video I posted that has gotten about 230 views and about 20 comments. Way more views and comments than I usually get. I don't know how many likes versus dislikes that I got. I'm gonna check that out. Here I go. I'm gonna look up. I'll go to YouTube.com and see how many dislikes I had. It's probably all dislikes because my comments were usually negative. Were mostly negative, calling me a sicko and telling me how they disagreed. I'll tell you what the video is about in a minute. Let me look up and see how many dislikes versus likes I got. Let's see, YouTube.com. It pops up for me. That's what he said. I hope you can still see me. I can't see me right now. I'm looking at YouTube.com. It's telling me about, let's see. Here we go. Where are we at? Create. That's where I want to go. And then I'm going to go to upload videos. If it pops up, it didn't pop up for me. Create, upload videos. And it'll say select files, or whatever it says. I think it says select files, yeah. Select files. Let's see if it pops up soon. It hasn't yet. Alright, here we go. It does say select files. I'll hit select files, but I'm not going to select any files. I'm going to X this out and read my, let's see. Now I'm going to X this out and it'll tell me my likes versus dislikes. It's probably going to be all dislikes. What is this? Crosses out. Why is it going blue? Can you hear that? I can. Blue, blue. And now I get rid of this. And it should show me my... Here we go. Close. Come on, close, bastard. There we go. I got 224 views on that video, and I'll tell you what it was about in a minute. I got 19 comments. 42.9%, 3 likes. How many dislikes? I got 3 likes, but it doesn't tell me how many dislikes I got. I'm gonna have to do the math. 42.9%. Let's see. It says likes versus dislikes, but it doesn't tell me the dislikes. Let's see. I'm gonna try to slide over. Nope, I can't find it. Anyway, this was called Tony One Leg. How the hell am I a child predator? And that's what I entitled it. It's gotten 224 views, 19 comments, and 3 likes. I don't know how many dislikes, probably a billion. Let's get out of this. Go back to me. There I am. I see me now. So there it is. About 230 views and about 20 comments. Way more than I get usually. But what I talked about in that video was the fact that it's not abnormal for a man of any age, for a male, a heterosexual male of any age, to be attracted to girls who are post-pubescent and developed. Girls as young even as 15 or 16. Certainly 17-year-olds. I've seen 17-year-olds that are physically attractive. They're definitely developed, and they look like a woman. And anyone that looks like a woman is attractive to me. Is not attracted to me, but is attractive in many cases. I was saying it's not abnormal. In fact, it's natural for men of any age to be attracted to girls as young as even 16 or 15. since they're probably post-pubescent and developed in so many cases. Now, what's not normal is hemophilia, where your guys are attracted to girls as young as 11 or 12. That's not normal. I certainly have never seen an 11-year-old or a 12-year-old that I found physically attractive. They're usually not developed at that age, and anything that's pre-pubescent makes you a pedophile. But you're not a pedophile if you're interested in girls that are post-pubescent and developed. And according to, I looked this up, according to sexologists, it's not abnormal, it's natural. And the reason I gave, was that men are naturally attracted to any female that can bear their child and, have plenty of milk to feed the baby. This goes back to caveman days, perhaps. But sexologists say it's not abnormal, that it's normal. So I was going by that. But I got all kinds of comments saying I'm a sicko, that they disagree, that I'm a pedophile. That wouldn't make me a pedophile. Pedophiles are attracted to pre-pubescent girls. Girls that are young as, of course, kids. 7, 8-year-olds. I've never been attracted to any 7 or 8-year-old. I can't imagine why somebody would be. If you're a heterosexual male, don't you want curves and breasts? Not a little kid. That's disgusting, of course. And it's also disgusting to be attracted to an 11 or 12-year-old. And even though in the state of Missouri where I live, the age of consent is 17, I would still never touch a 17-year-old. But they can be physically attractive, 17-year-olds. Because a lot of 17-year-olds have woman-like bodies. They can have, curves and large breasts in some cases. And so they can be. I don't know if I've ever been attracted to anyone as young as 15 or 16, but they could be physically attractive. It's possible at that age. But I can't imagine I've ever looked at a girl that said, and said, she's probably 15 or 16, but she's attractive. Although it's possible. It's possible I looked at a girl who was young, who I could tell was young, certainly younger than 18, that I found attractive, physically attractive. And I'm just saying that according to sexologists, it's not abnormal. That's all I was saying. And I'm getting all this hate for something that's natural. Now, I'm not into 14 and 15-year-old girls, but some people are. And that's apparently abnormal. But it's not abnormal to be attracted to girls that are post-pubescent and developed. I need a girl with some curves and some breasts. I don't think you're going to get that from a 12 or 13-year-old. Certainly not from an 11-year-old or any child. Now, pedophilia is disgusting, of course. But it's very possible that pedophiles can't help what they were born as. Some pedophiles were born as pedophiles, I believe. Just like homosexuals are either born homosexual. They're either born homosexual or they're not. I don't believe that homosexuals become homosexual because it's a fad or because they just want to fit in or anything like that. I believe you're born homosexual or you're not. If you're homosexual, or if you want to comment on that opinion, go ahead. I'm not saying it's okay for pedophiles to be pedophiles if they were born a pedophile, but I don't think you can blame them. A lot of people want to blame homosexuals for being homosexual, but I don't think you can blame a homosexual if they were born homosexual. If they knew at a very early age they liked, if the boy realizes at an early age he likes other boys, how can you blame him? At the same age that I realized I started liking girls, some homosexual boys at that same age realized they liked boys. And that's just how it goes sometimes. So I'm going to get hate mail for saying it's okay to be a homosexual. It is okay. I can't say it's not okay to be a homosexual. But I don't think I am saying it's not their fault. They shouldn't be blamed for being homosexual because I believe they were born homosexual. Just like a pedophile can't be blamed for being a pedophile, because he was probably born a pedophile. It doesn't mean it's not disgusting to be attracted to children, but some people can't help it, perhaps. If they were born that way, maybe they can't help it. But still, if they do anything to act on their feelings, they should go to jail, and they do. And that's why underage pornography, child pornography, should be illegal, and it is. It should be blocked, because if you let people buy it or see it, it perpetuates those who make it. It means more children are put in situations they don't need to be in. So I don't agree with. I'm saying you can't blame I'm saying it's possible you can't blame a pedophile for being a pedophile. Now, if a pedophile acts upon their desires, you can blame them then. You can blame them if they act upon their desires. But you can't blame a pedophile, in most cases, I imagine, for being attracted to children. And I'll stand on that. Just like you can't blame a homosexual for being homosexual. And in some cases, when I think about it, I think it's disgusting too that a guy would be attracted to another guy. I think it's disgusting that a guy would be attracted to young girls. But there's nothing wrong with being a homosexual. You're probably born that way. And some people say, well, even if you're attracted to men, if you're a man, you shouldn't do anything about it. But I don't agree with that. Every American has the right to the pursuit of happiness. And my opinion of happiness would be to find a girl I can settle down with and maybe even have a marriage and children with. Which that day is probably behind me, now that I'm 50 years old and confined to a wheelchair and morbidly obese. But I still hold on hope that I can meet a girl. That would be my pursuit to happiness. So the homosexual's pursuit of happiness is to settle down with another man. If he's a man, then he has that right. As an American, he has the right to pursuit of his happiness. I believe that way. That's why I've always supported gay marriage. Men and men, man and man, woman and woman. Whatever the case, I support homosexual marriage. Many men who are homosexual want to settle down with another man, maybe even marry that man, to show their love for one another, as men and women do. I don't know how you can, blame a homosexual for wanting to be with a man if he's a man and he's homosexual, because I believe he was born homosexual. Just as you can't blame a pedophile for being attracted to children, in my opinion. I mean, it's not right, and if he does anything to act on it, buying child pornography, watching child pornography, any of that is illegal. It should be illegal, and it is illegal. And he should rot in jail and in hell for doing anything to little children. Even if you're a pedophile, even if it's not your fault. I don't blame pedophiles for being attracted to children, but I would blame a pedophile for doing anything to a child, or acting illegally on his desire for being attracted to children, whether it be buying or watching child pornography, or, there was I caught a guy in the parking lot of a library next to a pool, jerking off to young children. I call him jerking off, looking toward the pool. I can imagine he was jerking off to the kids. But I flagged down a cop who pulled into the parking lot of the library. It was a parking lot of the library. And it was at Bangert Park in Forsyth, Missouri. Bangert Park in Forsyth, Missouri. Many people in St. Louis know that park because of its big. They had a big tank in the yard, a big formerly real Army tank that kids would play on. Of course, the hatch door was welded shut. They wouldn't stop kids from climbing up on the tank and I used to climb up on that tank. Um, I used to swim at the pool in Bangor Park. But there was also a playground there too. So this guy jacking off, and I flagged down a police officer, and I told him that the guy in the little red Chevette next to the blue Chevelle, which was my car, is over there jacking off, looking at the little kids at the pool. I assumed he was looking at the kids because there was a whole grouping of little girls in their swimsuits toward the fence surrounding the pool. And I figured that's what he was doing. I can't say what he was jerking off to, but he was jerking off in public. That's not right. So I flagged a police officer down and said, that guy there in the red Chevette is masturbating. And so they went over to him and pulled him out of the car. You know, from masturbating in public, whether he was looking at those little girls or not. I can't say what he was looking at. I assumed he was. He might have been just thinking about shit. But whatever he was looking at and whatever he was thinking about, you can't jack off in public. It's disgusting. So I flagged down. Hang on. Ugh. I'm trying to get comfortable in my wheelchair because I'm hurting. But, again, I don't know what he was looking at. I don't know what he was thinking about, but he can't masturbate in public. So I flagged down a police officer had just pulled into the parking lot. I told him what was going on, and that officer went over. I guess he called him doing it and pulled him out of the car. And the guy, that's the first time I heard the phrase, stitches get stitches. And so I told him, yeah, pedophiles get raped in prison. That's the first time I heard stitches get stitches. And I said, well, yeah, pedophiles get raped in prison. I don't know, I thought it was clever at the time, but I didn't know he was, I just assumed he was jerking off looking at those girls. That's why I called him a pedophile. But I still stand on the comments I made about it not being abnormal for men of any age to be attracted to certain young teens. It certainly isn't abnormal for a man of any age to be attracted to an 18 or 19-year-old. I can tell you, and if this makes me a sicko, then I'm a sicko. I can tell you that when I watch porn, I look up 18 and I look up teens, 18 and 19-year-old girls. I think they're hotter than a lot of women in their 30s or whatever. Although you can still be smoking hot as a 30-year-old woman or a 35-year-old woman or a 45-year-old woman. But I still think that a young teen, not a young teen, but a teenager is hotter than a 30-year-old. I need to get back over in front of the camera. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. Shit, I guess I'm back. I lost one of my earbuds. I want to say to the person who commented that my audio is only coming through one side of his or her headphones or earbuds. I want to tell them that I haven't worked on that yet, but keep watching. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to watch a tutorial on YouTube and hopefully figure it out and try to get it straightened out for you. Please keep watching. And maybe many of you are only here because of the people sharing the sickness of my video, but I don't think I'm a sicko. And I can tell you I'm not attracted to 12-year-old girls or 13-year-old girls. I'm not attracted to 11-year-old girls. Now, I've said that it's normal for a male of any age to be attracted to girls who are post-pubescent and developed. A 13-year-old can be very developed and is usually post-pubescent. So, but it's still not normal, I don't think. The sexologists say it's normal to be attracted to 13 or 14 or 15-year-old girls, but it would turn me off just thinking they're that young. They might be attractive at that age because they're developed. Um, they may have the curves or the breasts, and but to know they're 13 or 14 would turn me off. Not because I wouldn't say, well, that's wrong. I would say that's sick. It is sick. I don't care if it's normal or not. It's sick. It would turn me off to know that that girl's 13 or 14. It would just be a turn off. And even 17's a turn off. I could legally, have sex with a 17-year-old in Missouri, but I would never do it. I would never do it. That's for certain. So before you call me a sicko, understand that I would never touch a young teenager, even a legal teenager. 17 years old, I would never touch a 17-year-old. So before you call me a child predator or a pedophile, understand that would make you a pedophile. You have to be attracted to prepubescent girls to be a pedophile.